Some severe weather is rolling through our area, including thunderstorms and heavy winds, bringing with it another chance for flooding. Dana has your forecast coming up. Plus, Tuesday is the first day of a new school year for many Madison students. We'll take you to a local barbershop, setting students up for success.
This is News 3 at 10.
Flooding is still a concern in Madison. We're now going into the third week that people living along Lakes Mendota and Monona need to be on alert. With more rain on the way, that threat is not over. Amy Reed checked in with residents today to see how they're prepping for the week to come. Amy?
Yeah, people living in these flood zones told me they start every day with their phone, checking lake levels and the weather. It's been nonstop for these people all the way from the Tenny Locks to Lake Monona. At this point, the water is nothing new. High lake levels no one has ever seen before.
And I've been boating on these lakes ever since I was a teenager, over 50 years. Never have I ever seen these lakes this high. So this is the end of time as we know it. It's getting to...
More water is coming out of Tenny Dam this afternoon, making up for the inches of rain that fell Saturday night. The water will make the trip again, down the Yohara, down the streets, down to Lake Monona. A repeat of previous weeks, giving some plenty of time for a backup plan.
I have a couple boats I can float around in if I need to.
At Lake Monona, the repeating weeks are starting to get tiring. Tim Nicholson is in a constant mode of sandbagging, pumping water, checking on neighbors, checking the weather.
Yeah, and then you check the weather about 30 times a day, see what's going on. Because you never know. You just get 10 inches of rain and then we'll be in trouble.
He said this happens at his home on Belle Isle too frequently. These sandbags put up too often.
I've lived here, 17 years, and I think this is my 7th or 8th time sandbagging.
It's not just exhausting this time around. This August marks the third time in 20 years Monona hit 100-year levels. At some point, he said, something has to change.
My hands don't function anymore. They hurt a lot, my joints, and it's just stress level, it just goes up for everybody.
The last thing the towns want is more rain, but more rain is on the way. It's still nothing new, but now it's getting pretty old.
Mother Nature's taking out its wrath on all of us. And I don't think we're going to be looking at the end of it too soon here. There's more rain all this week coming.
The city wants to remind people, keep your sandbags where they are, move your cars from low-lying areas, and don't drive through water over the road. It's much of the same stuff that we've been saying, but flooding concerns aren't going away for now.
All right, thank you so much, Amy, for that reminder. In response to more rainfall, officials with Madison Street Division are closing some downtown streets. Starting tonight, one lane in each direction of East Washington will be closed. The other lanes in both directions will remain open. North Livingston Street between East Wash and East Dayton Street is also closed. Drivers who use North First Street should also be aware that street is closed between East Wash and East Johnson Street. A complete list of detours and road closures can be found on our website, channel3000.com. Emergency management officials in Sauk County say despite the rain today, they are not expecting the Baraboo River to rise, but they are continuing to monitor water levels. Some home damage assessments will start on Tuesday in Laval and Reedsburg. Then assessors will head to Rock Springs and North Freedom on Wednesday and the Baraboo area on Thursday. To report damage, you can call 608-355-3200. One lane of I-94 eastbound near Highway 33 in Columbia County is closed tonight, so crews can put down sandbags. The closure started at 6 this evening and is expected to continue through 6 tomorrow morning. The Department of Transportation asks drivers to expect delays and drive carefully in that area. Some good news, though, about flooding recovery this evening. The Red Cross says it's closed the last of its 8 shelters. Red Cross officials opened the shelters following the flooding that began last month. The last shelter closed earlier today in Westby, Wisconsin. The remaining residents have been connected with temporary housing elsewhere. Anyone still in need is asked to call the Red Cross. That number on the bottom of your screen is 888-700-7051. All right, let's turn it over to Dana Fulton for your first alert forecast. Hi, Dana.
Hey, thanks, Amanda. So we have had quite a bit of rain this evening for us. The good news, most of it is now shifting to the east, heading towards Milwaukee and even Chicago. Now, we did see that heavier line of storm slide right through Dane County. Right now, we just have some light rainfall right at the edge of Greene and Rock counties, and then heading towards the Illinois border as well. Overall, just cloudy outside as our scattered shower chance kind of dying down for the evening. Not over for the night. Just for the next few hours, kind of drying up for us a little bit, giving us a break. Looking at the last 24 hours, so this includes what we saw last night and, of course, just in the last few hours, quite a bit of rain moving over areas that just do not need it anymore. If you look towards that Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa corridor there, that's where we picked up the most near Platteville, about 3 to 5 inches. Some areas isolated, seeing even more than that, but just 1 to 3 inches even here in Dane County. So quite some heavy rainfall sliding through earlier. Currently sitting close to 70 in Madison with our dew points right there by our temperatures. Even though the rain's gone, still very moist and thick outside. It feels muggy. And your Labor Day forecast also looking pretty muggy. We're going to stay muggy overnight, cloudy with the chance for a few scattered showers. Overnight lows only dropping a few more degrees. Tomorrow, the storm chances, of course, surging back up. We'll take a closer look at your Monday forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dana. In Rock County tonight, sheriff's deputies say a man is in jail after crashing into a squad car around 2 o'clock this morning. Authorities say 34-year-old Adalberto Miguel Lopez was driving an SUV near Prairie Avenue and East Inman Parkway in the town of Beloit. That's when deputies say Lopez crashed his vehicle into a squad car. The squad car had to be towed from the scene. The officer who was driving is recovering from minor injuries. Sheriff deputies say Lopez was allegedly driving drunk. That incident is still under investigation. In northern Wisconsin tonight, authorities are investigating a plane crash after the pilot tried fleeing authorities. Around 9:30 Friday night, the 47-year-old pilot took off from Whitman Airport in Oshkosh after ignoring the airport's tower instructions to stay put. The plane later crashed in a cornfield near Wapaka. The Winnebago County Sheriff's Office and Oshkosh Police Department were looking for the man for violating a domestic abuse restraining order, among other charges. The Sheriff's Office had been looking for the suspect at the airport where he keeps a plane. He was removed from the plane and taken to the hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. That investigation is active, and any new charges against the man have not yet been determined. As the leaves start to fall, drivers can expect gas prices to do the same. AAA reports gas prices will drop an average of 25 cents per gallon this fall. That makes the average price at the pump $2.70. Officials with AAA say it's because oil companies switched to a winter blend after Labor Day that's cheaper to produce. But we're still paying more for gas than this time last year.
Today in Wisconsin, gas prices are at $2.80, and that's quite a bit higher than we were this time a year ago.
Travel experts say hurricanes or the White House's plan to issue more sanctions on Iran could cause prices to go up. As Harley-Davidson celebrates a big milestone, riders are sharing mixed reactions to the company's conflict over Europe's retaliatory tariffs on its bikes. Thousands of motorcyclists rode down Wisconsin Avenue this afternoon as part of Harley's 115th anniversary parade. One rider told Wisconsin Public Radio he supports President Trump's tariffs on steel and aluminum, saying they send a strong message to countries with unfair trade policies. Others said they don't blame Harley for its decision to move jobs overseas to save money after estimating the EU's retaliatory tariffs would cost the company about $100 million a year. One thing everyone agreed on, they did not support the president's idea of boycotting Harley-Davidson. Entrepreneurs in Milwaukee are getting an opportunity to try out a physical store for free. An organization called Pop-Up MKE takes empty storefronts and converts them into retail space. Business owners can try out the space for a month without paying rent. And the program's organizers say it's an effort to help startups grow their business while also improving the area's historic corridors. In national news tonight, the week-long farewell to Senator John McCain has come to an end. Today, the Arizona Republican was laid to rest in a plot at his alma mater, the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. His burial follows a week of national mourning for the former presidential candidate. The service was a private affair attended by only McCain's family and a handful of close friends. Ohio's Republican Governor John Kasich said President Trump could learn something from McCain's record of service.
John McCain, no matter what position he took, always figured out a way to build a bridge. And now we have a leader who is either unable or unwilling to unite the country.
As a final honor, a Navy flight squadron conducted a flyover of Senator McCain's gravesite, with one of the planes breaking off from the others, the traditional missing man formation. Lawmakers are getting ready for an all-out battle over President Trump's Supreme Court nominee, Brett Kavanaugh. The Senate confirmation hearings begins on Tuesday. Democrats are accusing the White House of withholding thousands of pages of documents related to the judge. Weijia Zhang reports.
They are suppressing these documents.
Democratic Senator Dick Durbin is demanding President Trump release the records from Judge Brett Kavanaugh's work in the White House for former President George W. Bush.
If we're lucky, we will see 6% of all of the documents that have been produced. So if he's so proud of his conservative credentials, show us the record. Stand before us. Trust the American people, and they'll trust you.
The Trump administration is citing executive privilege to withhold 100,000 pages of records. An attorney for Mr. Bush revealed the decision in this letter to the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer reacted swiftly, declaring, "We're witnessing a Friday night document massacre," adding it has all the makings of a cover-up. But Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has said the outrage is unfounded.
So far, I believe the only senators who've met with this nominee and then had negative things to say about him were Democrats who'd already announced beforehand they were going to oppose him.
The chairman of the Judiciary Committee, Senator Chuck Grassley, released a statement supporting the decision to hold some records and provided numbers of how many Kavanaugh-related documents have been turned over. More than 400,000, the most of recent Supreme Court nominees. On Capitol Hill, committee members are divided along party lines.
Senator Grassley's been very fair. More documents given than any person ever nominated to the Supreme Court.
It's not normal because we are not able to see 100,000 documents that the archivist has just, because the administration has said we can't see them.
The White House is defending its decision, saying the production of documents in this case is entirely consistent, as with others, with nominees who also had experience in the executive branch, and that the Judiciary Committee received all the documents it formally requested. Confirmation hearings for Judge Kavanaugh are set to begin on Tuesday. Weijia Zhang, CBS News, the White House.
Coming up on News 3 at 10, we'll take you to a local barber shop, helping kids look sharp, giving them confidence, and getting them prepared for the start of a successful school year. Dozens of area kids are heading back to school this week with a new look free of charge. Atwood Barbershop in Madison offered free haircuts today for elementary, middle, and high school students. They also gave out donated backpacks full of school supplies to about 100 kids. Barbershop owners say it's about starting the year off on the right foot.
Giving them hope, you know, they fit in like everybody else. Maybe their family can't provide it, so it gives them confidence.
Oh yeah, I feel fresh. Like fresh and so clean, you know, it just feels amazing.
This is the 4th year the barbershop has held the event. Owners say it's gotten bigger every year. Self-proclaimed Shrek heads gathered at Warner Park this afternoon for Shrek Fest. Lovers of the animated 2001 film enjoyed activities like an onion eating contest, live music, and a screening of the movie, of course. Fans are invited to dress up as their favorite fairy tale creatures for the family-friendly festival. Attendees of the event have called it fun, but also outright bizarre, and that is just how the organizers want it to be.
It's creating fun out of this weird shared memory that's now so diluted by time of this movie Shrek and the phenomenon of how popular it was. And now here we're still talking about it and celebrating it and having a blast because of it.
The festival wrapped up just about an hour ago, despite a little rain getting in the way. There might have been some wet Shrek faces out there, but
I think so. Some soggy ogres. I think that's what the result is from
perfect
the
for
rain.
it.
Hey, it works. It works.
Yeah.
Very swampy. It feels swampy outside tonight,
Yes.
Amanda. It's very muggy outside, soupy even. We still have the chance for a few scattered showers, even thunderstorms tonight. Even looking over the last few hours, we've had quite a strong line of thunderstorms slide overhead. The heavier rainfall now to our south towards Illinois and even sliding over towards Milwaukee, but we are still seeing some lighter showers for parts of Rock and Greene County. Those showers, though, not as heavy as what we saw earlier this evening. 24-hour rainfall totals much higher than what we would like to see, of course. About 3 to 5 inches, with isolated areas getting even higher for the southwest corner of Wisconsin towards Iowa. Also parts of Illinois picking up that much. Most of the area in that 1 to 3 inch range, a little closer to 1, which was ideal for us at this point. We don't need any more rain, but if we can stay on the low side, that's definitely what we would like to see. And the further east you went, the lower those accumulation totals went. Right now, we still have a flood advisory for the southeast corner of Wisconsin until 11:15 tonight, but it was supposed to be for most of the area. The good news for us, that advisory has been canceled, which means we're starting to die down our rain chances, at least over the next few hours. It's been pretty gusty. Our peak wind gusts over the last 24 hours, 32 miles per hour in Madison, 48 Monroe, and 59 in Platteville. We did see some strong wind gusts with those thunderstorms, but our current wind speed's much calmer than that. It's the same wind speed of about 10 miles per hour in Madison. It's that southern air, warm and moist. It just feels thick outside. We're expecting a very cloudy overnight with the chance for a few scattered showers. Tomorrow afternoon, that's when our thunderstorm chance starts to pick back up again. We are going to see some heavier rainfall with those storms, may see some stronger wind gusts again, and with those heavier storms, that's certainly when our accumulation totals are going to climb yet again. Anywhere from 1 to 2 inches possible for central and southern Wisconsin tomorrow. Isolated areas could see a little more, and the further south you go, we're going to see more rain along that Wisconsin and Illinois border. Because of the flooding concerns with this rain, we do have an alert day extended through tonight and also for tomorrow, our Labor Day. That round of storms could bring some really heavy showers to some areas. Right now, not too bad downtown. Again, seeing some lightning right there. But no rainfall for us downtown currently. 82 the high for the day. We're sitting a little cooler at about 70 right now, but 97% humidity. Overnight lows will drop just a few more degrees, close to 67 to start off the day. Tomorrow, we're going to hit a high of about 79. Very humid outside for us tomorrow, with those scattered shower and thunderstorm chances still moving away. Overall, we stay warm for the start of the week, and then we cool down towards the end of the week after a cold front swings through on Wednesday. But even as our temperatures move around, our rain chance just does not. We're looking at least a scattered chance for showers for the next several days, and then slight chances for rain leading through the rest of the work week. And we're really kind of taking it day by day at this point, watching how much is going to come and when for us.
All right. Thank you so much, Dana. We'll stick around. We'll hear why the Packers made the roster cuts they made this weekend. That's coming up next in sports.
News 3.
Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst doesn't want to talk about other players on other teams, including rumored almost Packer, now Bear, Khalil Mack. Today, Gutekunst didn't bite at all when asked about what happened with that scenario. He's dealing with the 53 players he does have. A couple surprising cuts, including linebacker Vince Beagle and fullback Aaron Ripkowski. But Gutekunst says they're doing what they're doing because his thought process is simple. Quote, winning.
Does this help us win? You know, and if it does, then we're going to pursue it and see if we can make it work. Again, I've talked about things being a puzzle, and you have to make it fit, and you certainly don't want to put yourself in a bind going forward. But we're here. We're here to win now, you know. And so, I think as you go through that, you know, it's really about that. I mean, does this certain decisions, certain player, does it help you win?
Mack says he has no idea how close he was to being a Packer or if he was close at all. He said he wanted to hurry up with the introductory news conference so he could go through the playbook. The Bears' new pass rushing threat said that he's sure about one thing, and his role is to get to the quarterback. And twice a year, he gets to try to hit Aaron Rodgers.
You want to go against the best. I feel like he's one of the best in the game. And, yeah, that's exciting for me. That's exciting for me. I'm a competitor. That's what I love to do. I love to compete against the best because that brings your level up just that much more.
His unofficial nickname in Lincoln is the Messiah. Former Nebraska quarterback Scott Frost back at his alma mater, hopefully to coach them back to the glory days. But his home opener against Akron should have been a win. I said should have. Never got started. Lightning in the area forced officials to cancel the game right after kickoff. So no post-game festivities or parades. Iowa State also had to cancel its game due to weather. Well, before the season, Brewers general manager David Stern said his goal was to win now. One of the things he did to try and help that was trade for Marlins outfielder Christian Yelich, who's gone from good player to MVP candidate since putting on the navy blue. Sunscreen out in our nation's capital. Brewers down 4-2. Keon Broxton hits a 3-run blast to dead center, gives the crew a 5-4 lead. Same score, bases loaded. 2-out production from the aforementioned Yelich. 0 career grand slams until now. 27th big fly of the year. Brewers win 9-4. They're first place in the NL wild card. They host the Cubs for a big 3-game series starting tomorrow. The Cubs trying to take 2 of 3 in Philly. Daniel Murphy watches it go in the top of the third. 2-strike solo shot gives the Cubs a 1-0 lead. Anthony Rizzo taking Aaron Nola out. This time to right center. Another guy having an RBI or a MVP type season, Javier Baez, 100 RBIs. 30 homers. Cubs win 8-1. They lead the Brewers by 5 in the division. I've been relatively close to catching foul balls before, so I can't exactly say how I'd react if I missed, but not like that. Try the decaf, dude, in the front row. Banging your head against the railing. At least it's padded. I wonder if the video would be better if it wasn't padded, but for who the video would be better for, I'm not sure. Who knows? Think about that during this break. We'll be back after this.
Shower chances continuing for us for Monday. We do have an alert day for Monday because the flood concerns that could spin out of the rain chances. The rest of the week also looking a little soggy.
All right. Thanks so much. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.